Hey everyone, it's Tim with Ghost Towns, Washington, and today we are taking you inside of a mine that dates to the 1890s and was worked into the early 1900s that we're calling the Carbide mine. But before we get started, we want to say thanks for following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and our adventure to the Carbide mine begins now.
So on our way to the mine, we decided to stop and check out an area that we believed a cabin site was located at. And we came across some artifacts that were laying around out here, and we kind of gathered them together. So, see, we have an axe head there with a mauling backside to it. And then we have this wheelbarrow wheel. So this site would date to the early 1900s, 1900, 1908-ish. And a frying pan over there. So we're going to look around a little more and see what else we can find out here. So we're continuing to look around at this mining cabin site. And we think we located a trash dump as we found numerous stove parts, lots of tin cans. Looks like we have a door to a stove, and it says Lang, Seattle. We have some boots. Bottom of boot with the heel still on it here. And it looks like a tea or coffee kettle. Various like enamelware pots and pans. This one's pretty colorful. So this is the waste dump for the mine. So we're gonna climb a little higher up on it and then make our way to the right. It's a little wet out, so it's not as easy as normal. Alright, so we should be on the landing here. Looks like we are. So the portal is right there. And it looks like we have some rail out here. This mine's a pretty wet one. It's got at least 3.5 feet of water in it, maybe more. There it is. All right, so we're going to get our waders and our gear, and we'll see you momentarily. All right, so we are starting down into the portal here.
And a little drop there into the water. So the water is about chest deep on me right now. And I have our air monitor on. Just turned it on. See how that does. You see these wooden pegs that were driven up in. Probably held some sort of a ventilation pipe. So it's starting to shallow up here a little bit. It's maybe waist deep now. And you can see the rails that are still here. Sure what this is. I've seen that before. It's like a plastic water bag that somebody left. So this mine was discovered in 1898 by John A. Lewis, and the mine was incorporated in 1903. It has about 1,700 feet of workings, about 1,050 of it being a crosscut. The metals that were sought here were gold, silver, cobalt, and there was a little bit found of a really rare mineral for western Washington, and that was nickel. So the water's definitely a lot more shallow than it was coming in. That entrance is a pretty good drop. So one of the things this mine is known for is its carbide lamp graffiti. And it looks like this probably was potentially a mine explorer in 1942, LWR. Looks like May 17 of 42. The mine, to my knowledge, wasn't active in that period. It had long since shut down. And back here, we just have a little drift. I'm not sure if there's anything back here, but we'll go take a quick look. Looks like some air pipe, maybe, and actually it looks like all air pipe. Some of it's just been flattened out. So a lot of times when you come in these mines, you see that these mines have the walls are, kind of covered with debris and dust. So when you look and see where this is kind of fractured, you get an idea of what this would have looked like probably when it was first driven into this granite, which would have been really impressive. You look down here, when you see granite all the way down this tunnel. And some more of these air pipe, ventilation pipe, pegs
with the strapping right there. So it looks like we're coming up where the water ends. It's starting to dry out quite a bit. See down here what it looks like. Maybe copper staining of some kind of blue. It's pretty cool looking. And here we have some more of the carbide lamp writing. And this one is Jack Daly, Pinehurst, Wisconsin, 310 of 38. So guessing most likely, possibly a mine explorer. I don't know that it would have been a miner. And Bob Larson from 329 of 41. And that's always super awesome to see. And then over here, we've got, I don't know if it's supposed to be George or something rather, Seattle, of course. DT Majors, June 20 of 48. Looks like this one over here is pretty ornate. Jim Snedden Jr. of Everett, Washington, from March of 38. And it's super cool. So yeah, this was all done. If you get a closer look here, I can show you with the carbide flame. That would have been on the carbide lamp, and then they just would have the soot, the burn off of it would have just similar to if you put something under a candle and get some soot. Same principle, and they just took the lamp and did the writing. We planned on in the future doing a video showing some carbide lamp writing ourselves and what it looks like in a mine with a carbide lamp, so we'll probably do that sometime in the future. All right, so we're going to continue down the main tunnel here. Maybe a little area they used to store tools or whatnot. And it kind of takes a left. Another maybe not so artistic individual, Don. Don, you need to up your game compared to what we've already seen and what you're about to see. Looks like maybe an old bucket of some kind. It's got some wooden handles in there on some galvanized straps. So mines in Washington are not huge. A lot of them you're not going to get lost in, especially at 1,700 feet. Hear a lot of people talk about the right-hand rule. Well, we're going to go right more because I just want to show you what's down here first, which is probably the coolest part of this mine, and some of the coolest stuff you'll see in mines around here anyway. Here's more in this blue, and if somebody knows exactly what this is, you guys can tell me if you are into geology. I'm by no means an expert. Minerals as many mines as I go to, I'm not that great with the minerals. Over here, we have some remains of some nails, and it looks like a bunch of dynamite boxes. You can see the dovetails there. So these are all explosive boxes. And then over here, you have possibly kerosene, maybe, a kerosene can. So there's a few artifacts here. Kind of neat. Alright, so I'm going to call this the Hall of Carbide. This is a pretty cool part of this mine. So you can see some people less creative. Looks like from '84. More modern. Looks like '68. And then you get into some of this older stuff over here. This is kind of a unique, this space for rent. 329.41. I think we saw this one maybe earlier. This guy just likes to write, evidently. Butte, Montana. And it looks like Jim didn't have enough of his writing in here either, so he did another one. But it's pretty artistic and cool looking. So we'll go down here. Again, Jack also wanted to do a little more in here. Looks like, let's say Pinehurst, yeah, Pinehurst, Washington. So this is the back wall of this area, but we'll start down the other side here. Take a look. So WAB of 42, Ted, Dick McCurdy, June 4th, 1929, Port Townsend, Bob Titus, Seattle, Washington, July of 29, and it's like Jack liked his drink. What do we got here? 37, Everett. This one says Sunset Copper Company, so the Sunset Mine. And this one, that looks like Davies, June of 29, Index, Washington. 1929 again. So some of these from the 20s very well could have been obviously from the mine itself, the miners. Some are probably from later explorers. You can see this looks like a little bit of drawing of some TNT. It's kind of neat. This one is a Tom Travers of 1937. And I'm not sure what this one says, Geological Survey, I guess. And then over here, we have one from 1941, Butte, Montana. Probably one of my favorites is the old race car. It's pretty cool. And then last but not least, again, CW Daily, 5/14 of 38. So we're gonna head back out to the intersection. All right, so we're back to this cool little twisty turn here. I like how this rail does this. I think it's kind of neat. It's like, obviously they thought it was important to make this kind of a turn in here. It's just cool. Looks like Forest is ahead of us down there. See his light. a little bit more carbide writing here. Dick McCurdy and Tom Davies again, and Sunset Copper, so the Sunset Mine. And the ceiling gets really interesting here. As you can see, they kind of widened it out again. Maybe this was another little area for storage. It looks like it just has some ventilation pipe in it now. And the tunnel gets considerably larger back here. I think this is Forrest coming up on us. And I say I think because there's a couple of us in here. Otherwise, that would not be a fun situation. Looks like it's Forest. The Rainier beer can, which surprisingly is quite common to find that in mines around here. Beer and mines, great choice, I suppose, for some. Wouldn't recommend it. You can see that some of the rail they use deeper in with strap rail, which is essentially metal strapping that's fixed to a wood beam. And generally, this is just a cheaper, more economical route to go. So it looked like it had actual rail when we were coming in that was under the water, and then it switched over to this. All right, so we're almost as deep in as this goes. Coming up on the back wall here. Looks like we have another WAB 42, and possibly some dynamite boxes, remnants back here. Not sure, maybe. And there's a little bit more graffiti here. Looks like maybe. I can't tell what year that is. DM, MD. We got someone from 1988, Berg 2001, Jensen 2010. So just to give you an idea, we're all, like I said, in the back here. So I'm going to unclip my air monitor here. Let's take a quick look what we have. Get the focus. So we're at 20.9 on oxygen, and everything else is 0, which is obviously good. Any other issue gases. So kind of give you an idea of what we do when we go in these places. Our oxygen obviously is good in here. I would have known if it wasn't a long time ago, but I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. So, and looks like we have some more of this really cool blue material, which I wish I knew what it was right off. See this calcite starting to coat the tunnel here. And you can see through my light these little stalactites that are starting to form. It's kind of cool. It's a little busy in the mine today. And I say that jokingly, obviously. We've got a couple people here with us. That's interesting. Let's see what that is back there. Oh, wow. Huh. Not sure what was going on there, to be honest. Doesn't look like it's backfilled, and I can tell. So, I don't know. Just interesting little crevice there. And you can see, I don't know if you can, but I'll try to. So my eye line is right about here. So you can see as you come up on this, you just barely clear your head on this ceiling here. So we didn't notice this or look at it closely on the way in, but back in this little room, if you will, that kind of had some air pipe, there's all this calcite and the blue, which I'm not sure if that could be related to cobalt, which was one of the minerals mined here. But it's really cool. And then you have some more of that coming down the back there. But this little pooling of it, that calcite's just coating the walls there. Super, super awesome. So we're going to make our way back towards the entrance here. So we got the boys in front of us here. Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna go down the end of the tunnel, then I'm gonna go down the side.
We got Forrest here, taking some shots of this, what might be a little bucket.
Yeah, not sure what we were storing, but still a cool shot either way.
You can kind of make out the rail below the water. It's not as clear as it was earlier. Some of the mineralization here. Not sure if we looked at this on the way in. It's hard to really read that year. Some more carbide writing. Some spiders in here. For those of you who don't like spiders, I apologize. It's like a hole there for, I'm not sure what. Looks like it's empty though. That's where we came from. Well, this about does it for our visit to what we're calling the Carbide mine. We hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for coming along with us on this adventure. We appreciate you following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you like this video and what we do, please consider subscribing to our channel. And until our next adventure, take care.